Dude, be nice. Day 2. Did anybody go to the speaker? Was it good?
Yeah.
Good. Good. All right. So let's start by refreshing our memories about how we do an ellipse. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Alright, so the equation of an ellipse is x minus h quantity squared all over a squared plus y minus k quantity squared all over b squared equals 1. Yes'm? Yep. Okay, alright. So, what's the first thing we do? We find the center. Where's the center? H comma K. Even though the center is not technically on the ellipse, it's our starting point. Okay? We center that bad boy up, right? Or bad girl, if you prefer. Okay? Next, what do we do? Just answer. I get it. You're smart enough to look back in your notes from yesterday. E. Brown.
Take the x squared term and look at the denominator.
So we're looking at a squared, right? Okay. And what do we do with that a squared thing? We square root it. Yeah. And that's going to tell us what? We call that left and right. Really, for me, it's right and left, but for you, it's left and right. Yeah. Okay, so that's how much we're going to go left and right from the center, right? Mm-hmm. Dan, what?
Square root of b squared value.
Ignore her. Just let her stew. I'll handle it. Okay? So then we look at b squared, right?
Right.
Okay. Same thing, square root it.
Yeah, but up and down from center.
Up and down from center. Ooh. Math fight.
I just heard someone said y-axis.
Exactly.
Yeah, if it's on the origin, then yes.
Yes, but if the center is somewhere on the on the y-axis. But I go vertical instead of y because then I don't want to get confused. So we're talking the same thing. Okay. Now here I'm going to tweak something. Okay. So yesterday we talked about this a little later, but in our plan here, let's talk a little bit about the major axes. Refresh my memory. What is the classification of the major axes?
It's the axis that's longer of the two.
It's the longer of the two, okay? And why is the major axis so important that it needs its own step? The foci are on it, and the vertices are on it, okay? So from the major axes, the vertices are you remember what we called them? Remember what we called the vertices on the major axes? No? Endpoints. Yep. Okay? And then the foci are on there. Okay? So, then, now, step 4, we can finally, hello, my name is Simon, and I like to do drawings. It's an old Saturday Night Live skit. Okay. And if there's time later, maybe I'll show you an assignment skit. Okay. And then we drop a little foci. Now, what was the equation to help us find the foci? I thought you were going to have your hand up. Lukey! What do you got? Where C is the distance to the foci from the center. Okay? Alright. And then if our major axis is vertical, we're going to add and subtract that value, that C value, to the Y part, to the K, if you will, the K. Okay? And if our major axis is horizontal, we're going to add and subtract that to the X part of our center, or the H value. Okay? Let's try some. Love it! We did that one yesterday, right? Yeah, we did this one yesterday. I thought so. This one. Then. Okay.
Yeah, we did that one also.
Oh no, because we went hard. Yes, we did this. This one is what we got to do today. Yep. No, you didn't.
I did.
Well.
This is happening with us.
Well, then do it again. Doesn't hurt. Where's the center? 1, -3, right? Okay. Now, if you put a C for center on your graph, or if you put a dot, I don't care. Really don't. Okay? Okay? Then, what am I looking at? What number am I looking at? 4. I'm going to take the square root of 4. What's the square root of 4? 2. So I'm going to go left and right 2 from the center. Now what number am I looking at? 25. I'm going to take the square root of that. What do I get? 5. So I'm going to go up and down 5. 4, 5. 5. Right? Which one's longer? Horizontal or vertical? Vertical is longer. So vertical is my major axis. So my red dots there are my vertices. So my vertices are at the point 1, 2, and 1, -8. Okay? You probably have them all already. Again with the shouting. That one was like 2 weeks ago, which is why you probably have it. Okay? Now we can draw it in. Now, I will tell you, just quick side note, this is not an ellipse. That's pure laziness. Okay? All right? Ellipses are curved. Ooh, that's bad. Oh, that's... I don't know if you can draw a better ellipse than that. Yours was pretty good yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, you did beat me yesterday. Yeah. I succumbed yesterday, yes. Conceded, if you will. All right, so then we've got C squared is equal to the absolute value of 4 minus 25. 4 minus 25 is -21. Absolute value is 21. So C squared is 21. So C is the square root of 21. Yes'm? Since my major axis is vertical, I'm going to add and subtract the square root of 21 to the y component of my center. Okay. Now, if you choose to separate those, or that purpleness into two distinct points, that's great, but you don't have to. You can write it just like that. Okay? However, if the square root of 21 was simplifiable, for lack of a better term, then you would simplify it. Okay? So if it was like the square root of 20, you would write that as 2 square roots of 5. Okay? Questions? Let us try that one. So, center of this one is at -2, -1. Concur? And yes, I did put a C there. Okay. All right. A is, or A squared, I should say, is 20. So that means that A is the square root of 20, which is really 2 times the square root of 5, which is approximately 4.5. Yes? So that means I'm going to go 4.5 to the left and 4.5 to the right. Okay. B squared is 4, so B is 2, so I'm going to go up 2 and down 2. That means that my major axis is horizontal. Okay? So that puts my vertices at -2 plus or minus 2 square roots of 5, comma, -1. Okay? Which are the green dots right there. I can now draw it in. And we'll let it slide. Okay? Then I need to find my foci. So c squared is going to equal the absolute value of 20 minus 4. So c squared is going to be 16. So c is going to be 4. So my foci then are going to be 4 units left and right of my center. So that's going to be -6, comma, -1, and 2, comma, -1. Agree? Questions on this one? Yes, sir.
Where did you get 2?
2? This one?
Wait, I mean on the
Yeah.
The -2 rate, or the 2 square roots of 5?
Yeah.
Because the square root of 20 is the square root of 4 times the square root of 5, and the square root of 4 is 2.
Wait, instead of writing like
Because, yeah, so instead of writing it out separately, because the A value here is not nice. In all the other examples, the A value was nice and the B value was nice, but the C value was goofy. Here now, I threw you a curveball, okay, and I made the B value nice, the C value nice, and the A value all goofy. But it's all done the same way. Okay? So, what I would like to do now is, I would like to go in reverse. Okay? So, we're going to give you the picture, and I'm going to say, now, find me the equation of it. Okay? So, the first thing that I would do is I would locate the center. Right? Okay. And the reason that I locate the center is because that's H and that's K. Right? Then I look at how far I went horizontally. And in this case, I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 horizontally. And that's important because that is A. Then I look at how many I went vertically. And in this case, I went 3 vertically. That's important because that's B. So when I go to my equation, I have x minus h, quantity squared, all over a squared, plus y minus k, quantity squared, all over b squared, equals 1. I need h. Do I have h? Yeah. I need k. Do I have k? Yeah. I need a. Do I have a? Yeah. I need b. Do I have b? Yeah. So this becomes x minus 0, quantity squared, all over a is 5 squared plus y minus k, quantity squared, all over, so that's y minus 0, and then b is 3, and that equals 1. So to make that look nice and pretty, we would just say x squared over 25 plus y squared over 9 equals 1. And that is the equation of that particular ellipse. Okay? Now, when you're given one like this, okay, you might have to plot some points and figure out some cool stuff about it. So this tells me that I have a center at 2, 6. So my center be there. Okay? This tells me that I have a focus at 5, 6. This tells me that one end of the minor axes is at 2, 4. So that's the information that I am given. Okay? What do we know? Okay? Does that really matter, though? Not really, but there would be another one up here. Okay? What else do we know? So we have h and k, right? So 2 is h and 6 is k. All right. What else do we know, Daniel? Do we know a? We know b, right? I know that we know b. That's 2. That's b. Right?
You can figure out the a value by putting it into the equation for finding foci.
because this value right here is 3, which is C, right? Okay, so I don't have A, but I have C, and we have B. Okay, so then we're going to use our foci rule. C squared is going to be 3 squared equals A squared minus 2 squared, right? So 9 here is equal to A squared minus 4. Because I don't care about the negative part. I don't need it to be negative. It's a distance. Everything squared, be gone. So A squared is 13. Now, do I need to find what A is? Why not?
Because in the equation it only requires a squared.
Bingo. So it's just A squared in my equation. Okay? So this is going to be x minus something, quantity squared, all over something, plus y minus k, quantity squared, all over something, equals 1, right? So h is 2, k is 6, a squared here, oops, tap the brakes, a squared here is 13, b is 2, and I gotta square that. Right? So I get something that looks like that, clean it all up, and I get x minus 2 quantity squared over 13 plus y minus 6 quantity squared all over 4 equaling 1. Yeah, buddy? Yeah, buddy. All right? You try 1 on your own. So that's -3, -2. This distance here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This distance here is 2, 4, 6, 8. So that tells me that my equation is going to be x plus 3 quantity squared over 25 plus y plus 2 quantity squared over 64 equals 1. Yes, Okay, like it. Then it went on to say, find me the foci. So c squared is going to be absolute value of 25 minus 64. 25 minus 64 is 39. Actually, it's negative 39. Absolute value is 39. So my c value then would be the square root of 39. Which one is major, vertical or horizontal? Vertical is major, so my foci then are going to be at the -3, comma, and I'm going to add the square root of 39 to -2, and then I'm going to subtract it from there. Really, that's 2 points, but it's only written as 1 because of the plus and minus. Okay? Have yourselves a great, grand, and wonderful Dude Be Nice 2 for Tuesday.